Luka Vuskovic leaves Tottenham to go on loan. Is this the right thing for the development of the player? Is this the right thing for the club? Stay tuned to the very end as I give my thoughts on this transfer and just generally whether we're left short at the back. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. No better time to subscribe at the moment until deadline day. So much content, even beyond that. But at the moment, there's content in terms of podcast shorts and videos coming out every day. Hope you're all well, by the way. Let's get straight into it. So people who haven't seen it, Luka Vuskovic is now officially joined. It's been announced. Hamburg has gone to on loan. Reportedly, we know no buy option at all. No buy option clause, no buy option obligation. Just a straight, simple loan, which is beneficial for Tottenham. So for me, I think this is the best for the player's development in Luka Vuskovic himself to get regular first team minutes in attack, in his legs. I think that is really beneficial for him. I think there could have been maybe better loans than Hamburg, but I still think it's an okay move for him. But at the same time, you don't really know if a player's ready unless you play them. Of course, Frank would have seen in training, so I'm not necessarily questioning the decision. But a lot of people say even players like Rooney, I know it's a completely different position, or any young player, some people are just got a broader head and shoulders, I suppose, and just it's always about their age. And Vuskovic, people's argument will be impressed in that loan spell. But generally, I think he's better going to Hamburg, playing most weeks, if not every week, you hope, rather than be on Tottenham's bench and reserves at this moment. That's the way I view it. Better for his development, better for the individual, I think. However, I don't want to say it's not of the best interest of the club, but the club are left in a situation we need to sign at least one centre-back for the window, otherwise it's pure and utter negligence. At the moment, we only have 3 fit centre-backs. I don't want to complain too much because hopefully by the time the video reaches you a little while after, we'll be in talks at least for a centre-back or progress somewhere with a centre-back. So I've got to be patient with that. But that we can't go into the season nonetheless with 3 fit centre-backs in Romero, Van der Ven and Danso. People forget that. People go, we have Dragusin, we have Takai. Well, I just remind people that Phillips and Dorrington both went on loan, because a little while ago we had lots of centre-backs, but Phillips and Dorrington have gone on loan. Dragusin and Takai are both injured. And neither of them, as far as I know, are even in training, in heavy training, consistent training, or anywhere near coming back. I think at least a month or 2 for the likes of Dragusin, and I assume Takai's maybe back a tiny bit sooner, but not much different from that. So that's a real shame. And Romero and Van der Ven's injury record we can't ignore. I don't think that same level of problem will be there with Frank as a manager. I think Frank overall is a better coach. Don't play a silly high line. Is a lot more managing the players, a lot more sensible. But also, Ange was forced to play these players a lot when he did have injury crisis as well. So I don't think we'll see Romero and Van der Ven hopefully get injured 2 or 3 times a season anyway. Or that's absolutely what we hope. We don't want them getting injured at all. So Luka Vuskovic, best for the player, his development, but it's left the club in a sticky situation. For me, we have to go to Man City if we can't get Savinho done, or maybe try and get a different deal done. I'm thinking, although we've been linked to Nathan Ake, I think it'd be okay signing. I wanted him at Bournemouth, but for me, Manuel Kanji would be better. I think he'd be a better option for Tottenham at just £15 million reported, or €15 million, I think it was stated, that Man City want. I think Milan are in, AC Milan, the club, in talks for him, so we have to get on with a deal. But if we bring in a Kanji, that is depth in centre-back roles, because fit centre-backs going into the season, it'd be Romero, Van der Ven, Danso and a Kanji, with still Dragusin and Takai to come back. For me, in my personal opinion, Takai comes back from injury and maybe we loan him in January, and we can do that if we bring in a Kanji. So that's really strong. So that brings, in particular, much needed depth in centre-back positions, but also offers competition and adds quality to the squad. So overall, I do agree with, the more I think about it, Luka Vuskovic going on loan and playing football, because we just don't think we can guarantee in the minutes only in cup competitions. He needs more than that, I think. However, there's that frustration that we haven't, we've authorised it before bringing in a replacement, which is, again, poor planning. But I don't mind if we get the signing in there. But I just think that I mean, as much as I want us to have a left winger, I think we've got more options there. I'm not saying the quality, but Johnson could play there, Tell can play there, Odegaard would play there. If I had to choose the two, very, very unpopular, but I'd go more centre-back depth. But I totally understand we do need a left winger as well, or another number 10. I do share that with people. Let's hope we can, as well as Xavi Simons, that number 10, who can also play left wing as well. Let's hope we sign another attacking player, ideally a left winger or a 10, ideally a left winger out of the two. So another attacker and a centre back. That would be perfect. And that, we're talking, all of a sudden goes from the start of the week to like a 4 or 5 out of 10 window to easily an 8 or 9, if I'm being totally honest with you. I think the club have left it late as usual, and I was worried they'd panic buy. But if he gets Xavi Simons over the line at the time of recording, it looks pretty much done, all but announced, then that is a massive sign-in, to be fair. But we can't stop there. We need to do more. We can't be thinking that this is okay. We want to be competitive this season and we'll compete in all 4 fronts, and Frank has to be backed. But I'm waffling a little bit here. The broader point is that Vuskovic is going on loan. I think it's right for the player, frustrated for the club, but it's okay if we bring it back up centre back. But I'm very cautious that what happens if we can't find the right centre back for the club, or do we end up signing a centre back that isn't right for Frank and Tottenham? Do we end up not signing centre back at all? That's the worry for me. There's just no way. It'd be pure utter negligence if we don't sign a centre back. At least one. I think one would be okay if it's good quality, is ready to step in. Mark Gay of Crystal Palace was serious. I'd argue would go there. Palace reportedly would accept about £35 million. That's not a lot at all for Mark Gay. I'd pay 50, 55 at least for him. So absolutely. Pierre Nkapé of Arsenal, Arsenal signing him and let Kivior go the other way. So I'd like it to be not just someone who's happy to be second striddle. I want someone to fight with Romero and Van der Ven, because realistically, I like Danso and I like Dracasin, but I don't think they're good enough compared to... Well, no, that's not fair. I don't think they're as good as Romero and Van der Ven, whereas I want someone just creeping in. Like Frank can play with the back three. I want someone who's really pushing Romero and Van der Ven. And that's what I think the likes of Akanji can do, the likes of Nkapé can do, and the likes of Mark Gahey can do. So that's my thoughts on Luka Vuskovic and the whole centre-back situation. I've linked in a little bit there, but Vuskovic going on loan. Wish him all the best nonetheless for the 25-26 season. Hope he gets the minutes for Hamburg. We've seen some unsuccessful loans at the moment, early days, such as Moore at Rangers, who I thought would be a good move, but just didn't get the minutes. And he's got totally the wrong manager, quite a clown in charge of the club, and the board aren't much better either. But Luka Vuskovic, I wish you all the best. I think probably still a good move for him. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe for daily Tottenham news from now till deadline day and past deadline day as well. So Tottenham news, reaction, analysis, podcast, shorts and videos pretty much every day at the moment. For now, come on, you Spurs.